But seek his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. Sell your possessions and give to the poor. Provide peace for yourself that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fail, where no thief comes near and no moth destroy. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Greeting, guys. It is me here with a message of the kingdom of heaven. Guys, here I wanted to speak about the fact that Daddy, guys, is pleased to give you the kingdom. You know, guys, people are not so used to the kingdom of heaven. People just don't understand the kingdom of heaven. Guys, for me, actions of a person tells me how much they know. I don't necessarily listen to their words. Yes, sometimes it helps because you get to understand how far, how much people know, but their actions will tell you their beliefs. So I know what your beliefs through your actions. So many people do not understand the kingdom of heaven, neither do they even think that it exists, let alone thinking that Daddy will just give them a kingdom. So it's important for me to make people aware of that guys, this is your kingdom. That's why I keep saying that this is your kingdom. You understand? It's not my kingdom alone, it's your kingdom. And I often go to the beginning in order for you to get the understanding why this is your kingdom, because when you get the understanding, you also get to understand, well, I also belong here. You know what I mean? So he says that, but seek his kingdom, and these things will be given to you as well. Do not be afraid, little flock, for your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. Sell your possessions and give to the poor. Provide purses for yourselves that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fail, where no thief comes near and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. You see, guys, when you understand that Adam was of the kingdom of heaven, Adam belonged to the kingdom of heaven. Yes, he was put here on earth and was put in the flesh in order to conduct the physical things, but he had a God, or Jesus, a leader, who was of the kingdom of heaven. So he belonged to the kingdom of heaven. He was supposed to lead the earth, rule the earth, or set up the earth according to the kingdom of heaven. So, guys, I want you to understand that. I really, really want you to understand that. And when he sinned, because human beings, guys, were wired to live according to the word of God, according to the word of Jesus, you understand? But when Adam disobeyed and sinned, he died spiritually, thus disconnecting from that kingdom. And that kingdom is very important. That's why Jesus came back here on earth and said, listen, Adam, whom you came from, disconnected from the kingdom, and Daddy wants you back to the kingdom. Why? It's your kingdom. Adam belonged to the kingdom, but he disconnected himself. He separated himself, just like Satan had done. You understand? So he's saying, I am here. I'm giving you the blood. You did not boycott and say, we want blood, because we want to come back to the kingdom. No, we did not even know, but he gave it to us, guys. Guys, we did not even ask for it. So it's important to realize how much he needs us, and I often speak about the sheep and the wolf, because in verse 32 of this one is taken from the Gospel of Luke, Luke chapter 11, no, Luke chapter 12. So verse 32 says, do not be afraid, little flock. Flock is what? Is a sheep. For your Father has been pleased to give you the kingdom. So he's speaking to the sheep. He knows that the sheep belong to the kingdom, so he wants the sheep to come back to the kingdom that is theirs. You understand? It is your kingdom. It is your kingdom. You need to get used to that. You understand? But there's something very interesting he's saying afterwards. He says, sell your possessions and give to the poor. Provide purses for yourself that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fail, where no thieves comes near and no more destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. You understand? So as I've said in the beginning of this podcast, that I only take a person's actions, and for me, that's enough. I know your beliefs. So the mere fact that you're running after the things of the world, first, it tells me that you don't believe in the kingdom of heaven. The mere fact that you call these things are blessings, it tells me that you don't belong to the kingdom of heaven. You know, maybe you did by getting saved, and then your knowledge or your teachings got you out of it, because he says, provide persons for yourself that will not wear out, a treasure in heaven that will never fail. Sell your possessions and give to the poor. You understand? That's why the disciples, they gave up the things of the world. Guys, you can never give up the things of the world until you are sure of that kingdom. You see, guys, Paul says, no eye has seen, no ear heard, no mind has conceived the things that God has prepared for those who love him, but he has given it. You understand? But he has shown it to us. You understand? So Paul gives up because he has seen this new heaven. Paul gives up because he has seen paradise. You understand? Paul is giving up because he has seen this kingdom. You understand? So Jesus is preaching. In fact, Jesus was telling Nicodemus, he says, we speak of what we know and had seen, yet no one believes our report. You know, so Jesus is coming us, Jesus, guys, is coming here to tell us about the kingdom of heaven, the kingdom that he knows of. In fact, the kingdom that he created. You know, nevertheless, the kingdom that he has seen, the kingdom that he needs. The kingdom that he knows of. You know, so he's telling us about that kingdom. So he tells Nicodemus, we are teaching you, we are speaking of things that we have seen and heard. You know, yet no one is believing our report. So it's the same thing. Jesus reveals this to his disciples, so that disciples are giving up the things of the world, because it's like, hello, this is my kingdom. Jesus lives here. This is my kingdom. This pauper looking guy who was here on earth, actually, he's actually a king in that kingdom, and he lives in such a place. Damn, the place is beautiful, you know. And Paul says, I belong to that kingdom. That is my kingdom. You know, Peter says, that is my kingdom. Peter actually said that our inheritance is reserved in heaven. You understand? These are the people who are shown these things. And Jesus, before he left, he says, listen, I am going to prepare a mansion for you. Mansions for you. You will have your own places. And then he reveals their eyes and he shows. You understand? And then he shows it to them. He opens and guys, he actually opens their eyes and reveals to them and says, here is your kingdom. You know, so they give up these things. In fact, the disciples, they go to him and they ask him, he says, Rabbi, we've left everything to follow you. What are we going to get? You know, in the Gospel of Matthew 19. And Jesus tells them that at a renewal of all things, you are getting this, and that. You know, so he opens their eyes and he shows them these are your things. You know why? It's their kingdom. Jesus wanted them to be aware of it and be confident of it, thus giving up the things of this place. You see, guys, you cannot tell me that heaven is your home when you are busy running after the things of this place. If you run after the things of this place, believe me when I tell you, heaven is not your home. Finish. Heaven, guys, is not your home. If you call the things of the world blessings and you run after them, believe me when I tell you, heaven is not your home. I want you to know that. So people, guys, they are busy deceiving each other in churches. They're running after the things of the world, running after money and calling themselves blessed stories. And then when they pass on to the next room, they deceive each other. Say, she's gone home, he's gone home. To where? Whose home? Earth was your home. If earth, guys, if heaven was your home, you would have given up the things of the world. You would have given up the love of these things. You understand? Because your treasure will be there in heaven. And Jesus says, where no thief comes in and steals, no moth destroys. You understand? Here, make sure. In fact, I made a podcast. I was saying that if you love the things of the world and you're running after them and you seek them, make sure that you insure them. You get that pit bull, you understand, to guide, because Jesus is not going to do that. You understand? You have to do it yourself. If you disobey Jesus, you must protect yourself. It's simple as that. So you find Christians saying, oh no, God is going to protect my possessions. He's not. Why? He said, get rid of them. Therefore, he's not going to protect them. Only his flock. He says, you my sheep, the kingdom of heaven is yours. Your things are there. Your things are reserved there. Paul says, fix your eyes on heaven above, in heaven above, where your things are. You understand? Where your inheritance is. Paul says your inheritance is reserved in heaven. You understand? So if you're calling the things of the world blessings and run after them, believe me when I tell you, you are deceiving yourself. You are a joke. You're deceiving yourself. So I'm telling you, if you are a sheep and you belong to that kingdom, it's your kingdom. Your Father is pleased to give you that kingdom, guys. The reason he opens our eyes and show us these things and reveal these things to us, it's because he is pleased to give us that kingdom. You understand? I give up things because of that kingdom. It's not because I'm a fool, but it's because of that kingdom, because I know that my inheritance is there. I look at people here on earth running after this, flashy this, expensive this, upmarket this, and I'm like, well, earth is your home. So you are right in doing that. And you find people who go to church who claim to be Christian. I'm like, you are a hypocrite. You are a church goer. Earth is your home. Stick with earth. It's your home. You understand? But I'm not going to run after these things. Why? My stuff is reserved there. You understand, guys? He opens our eyes. And Paul says, no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no mind has conceived the things he has given to us. So if you are a sheep, your stuff is there. Give your possessions. You know, I once made a podcast. I was speaking about the fact that the disciples were giving, you know, in fact, I titled it the God kind of sharing. I was speaking about the disciples, you know, the early Christians. They sold their lands and shared among themselves, you understand, and gave. No one had need because they shared among each other, you know. They had that mentality. To them it's like, well, why will I hoard this land? Because I've got my inheritance there. Guys, if that inheritance is revealed, you won't want anything here. Let me just be frank. The reason you are keeping your stuff, the reason you are hoarding, is because earth is your home and you don't believe in what Jesus is saying. Guys, proof is in the pudding. Proof is in the pudding. You understand? So if you don't know about this, guys, I've explained so much about the kingdom of heaven. I don't know, guys, if you're telling me that you don't understand, I mean, there's nothing more, guys. I mean, you will never understand. Go back to all the episodes and listen to them. Understand. I've explained stuff. You know, so your Father is pleased to give you this kingdom. You need to know that, guys. Where your treasure is, your heart will be also. You know, guys, if you've got investments, you know, and you are trading, your heart is always there thinking about that cash, how much got in, how much that, you know, you understand. You want to find out how much, you know. But if your treasure is there, guys, oh my word, you don't care about what is going on here. You don't care about possessing here. Why? Your treasure is there. So if you are a sheep, I'm telling you, your treasure is there. Your treasure is there. You are foreign here. You are foreign here. Your home is there. Thank you.